The Vermont Agency of Natural Resources Atlas YouTube series presents Logins and Projects. A great feature of the Natural Resources Atlas is the ability to save, share, and retrieve projects. In order to do this, though, we need to utilize the sign-in process, and we need to be logged into the map. I would recommend that everyone that uses the Natural Resources Atlas to sign into the map immediately. And that is because when you sign into the map, it reloads the application. So consider this. You're in the Atlas doing some measurements, you've got some drawings, you're finding the features you need, and you decide you want to save the project. Well, in order to save the project, you need to sign in. And when you sign in, it reloads the application. So in this case, your application is going to reload and you're going to lose all of those edits that you've made to the map. So it's a best practice when you first enter the Atlas, the first thing you do is sign in, just in case you need to save that project. And to do this, we open up the toolbar and choose the Sign In button here. And you'll notice it opens up a separate window that will ask which method we want to use for sign in. And typically, we had been using ArcGIS Online as our identity server. We were forcing users to sign up for an ArcGIS Online account because it was free and allowed us to track identities for saving projects. But just recently, in fact, just today, we've enabled the ability to use Facebook as a sign-in option, as well as Google. So we're not requiring everyone to have an ArcGIS Online account anymore. You can use your Facebook account or Google account. We have some internal staff that have identity server ANR accounts, and this is mostly used for editing feature information that we store within the agency. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try Facebook. So I'm going to use the Facebook option, and it's going to ask me some questions, or it may not. If you're currently signed in your browser for Facebook, it's not even going to ask you for those credentials because your browser has those credentials cached, so it already knows who you are. If you come across the issue where it's signing you into the map or you want to use a different identity provider, my suggestion would be to reopen the tools, sign out, and then sign back in using the preferred identity server. So in case you want to switch from Facebook to Google, or perhaps you're on a shared machine and you want to make sure that you're using your own account for opening projects, open the tools, choose the sign out option. So right off, when you open up the toolbar, you'll now notice that you have some buttons that are available to you that weren't before, mainly the Open, Save, Save As button. So say we go in, I'm going to zoom into a little area here. I usually go back to around the same area. I'm just going to add a couple things, perhaps make a shape drawing. Yeah, fine, doesn't really matter. This is just a demonstration. I'll add a little radius over here. Sorry, there we go, done. Let's add it 250 feet. Good. Radius is added. Maybe I'll put let's put some text in there just to make sure that this is all coming back. So my text will go right here. This is not my property. Okay, so now say we're good with this. We're gonna save it because we want to come back to it. It's 4:30. It's closing time. Let's go back to the map tools, and what I'm going to choose to do for this particular project is the Save As. I'm going to give it a name. Call it Not My Property. This is just a demo, and click Save. So what this is going to do is it's going to use your logged in identity, in this case my Facebook account, and store that information linked with your Facebook account for your project. So as long as you're logged in with Facebook, you'll be able to come back and use this project. And in order to do that, though, you need to copy and use this link. So as of right now, you're the only person that has the ability to retrieve this project using this link. If you want to share it with others, you need to click the share button here. And this brings up some options that allows you to share this project with other people. So if you want everyone to be able to see this, you can choose view. If you want the person to be required to be signed in, you can choose signed in users as view. You can specify people, although this hasn't been tested, especially not with Facebook yet, because this is a newly enabled feature. But the project URL is here. If you are just looking to share this with someone to view it, you can create a guest link by clicking the plus button, and then you take this link here, highlight it, and then use that, say copy it in an email, shoot it to someone in an email, maybe use it in a document somewhere in your Word document. You can use this and send that out to others in order to share it. What you can also do is enable others to edit your particular project, and it kind of creates a little bit of a collaboration with this particular project. So say I had a coworker that also is working on this same project. I made some edits, I did some delineations, I'm passing it on to another group so that they can add their professional opinions. Well, what I would do then is I would add the edit option and then generate the edit link, use this, copy and paste it to that person that I'm interested in editing this document. And only that person that has this link will be able to edit it. And if you see the link, it's highly encoded, so it would not be accessible unless they explicitly get this link. When you're done doing this, click the Save Sharing option. So I'm going to actually highlight this, copy it, and Save Sharing. It asks, are you sure you want to share your project publicly? Users could be allowed to view this project without signing in, and that's not necessarily the case. We have it checked none for everyone, and only signed in users are able to edit it. So I'm going to say OK. So here we go. So our project is now saved. In the interest of checking this out and ensuring that this actually did save, and for the purpose of the demo, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and sign out and run through this yet again. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to reload the application and choose to sign in using that same Facebook account. So once this loads, open the toolbar, choose sign in. Okay. Now I should see in my tools the ability to open a project. So I'm going to go ahead and choose open, and there we have it. Not my property. This is just a demo. So if I click on this, I can share it, I can edit the details of the project, but I just want to open it. You sure what you want to load this. This will overwrite your existing application state. So just remember that when you load a project, it's going to reload your map. So you'd want to save your existing map if you're opening a different one. And this is going to load my project at my location with the drawings, all of the layers that I had turned on, as well as my text. So consider this, it's a great collaborative tool. It saves a lot of time. If you find that you're in a position where you're in the same location many times, or if you're using the same layers over and over, if you have your own themes you want to create, you could consider projects as themes, or they could be very specific. They could be very project-based, where you're at different locations with different layers and you're using different features. So the choice is yours. We now have more options for sign-in. So if you have any questions about security or logins or sharing or opening projects, be sure to email me, Eric, ERIK, .engstrom@vermont.gov. Thanks for listening.